All right. All right. We did it. We did it. We're on. It is the Bone Crusher, and our in-studio guest today is the lead singer from Midnight Oil.
Yeah, he's like the governor of Australia.
Yeah, he became a politician. That's right.
Peter Garrett is his name. Yeah, he was a politician or is. Not sure if he's still in that public service, but yeah, he went from the lead singer of Midnight Oil to like the prime minister of Australia.
All right. So actually, our in-studio guest live via Skype is A-Bomb from the A-Bomb channel in the
Right, I
house.
am live on satellite from Duluth, Georgia.
You don't get much bigger than that. I mean, you are ranked top 25 in Live Reaction Monthly. Still a big hit contender.
Great magazine, lots of great people running that magazine. Yeah,
And A-Bomb has some breaking news for us. Apparently, Geraldo Rivera is still relevant. Is that?
he is still relevant. He
Oh
was
my
on,
God.
or is he's on the Sean Hannity show tonight, live from New York, talking about how trying to downplay the whole coronavirus thing and how it's a big liberal conspiracy.
Oh my God. I don't even know where to begin with that statement. They're still peddling that, huh? It's a hoax.
And full disclosure, I've been off work for a couple hours. I've been working from home all week, blowing off steam tonight. I've had a couple to drink, and I'm feeling pretty good on a Friday night.
He's going to speak his mind on the Bone Crusher show.
Oh man,
The gloves
not
are
holding
off.
back a bit.
Yeah, well, America is now number one. I guess it was yesterday. We outpaced Italy and China to be the number one country of confirmed coronavirus cases. So, congratulations, America. We did it.
We did.
We did it.
We're at 100K plus.
Wow. We knew it was coming, and we're getting crushed out there. And I'll go ahead and send us over to, I've got a graph here. Just like last time, we're going to take a look
Okay.
at that chart and see if we are indeed flattening the curve. And as the chart on the screen shows, our viewers can see the spike is continuing to rise. We are not flattening the curve. And Bill Gates, a guy who has been on the forefront of getting us prepared for a pandemic or epidemic for 5+ years. I mean, he's done these TED Talks for years begging people to prepare for this, and here it is. And he says we have missed the opportunity to avoid a lockdown, that it's going to have to be a full-on suppression.
Wowzer, that is not what I wanted to hear. I did read in the local news that my county, Gwinnett County, which is a metro Atlanta county, is
Good county.
about to go on lockdown. I think it's Saturday night, tomorrow night, or perhaps I should say Sunday morning at 12:01 a.m.
Wow, complete lockdown. I mean, you're going to be sheltering in place. You can only leave for essentials.
Right. Essentials include a whole bunch of things like going to the store, going to the gas station,
Okay.
going to anywhere where like a car repair, if you need an automobile repair, that's considered essential, and a few more. But I've been doing that anyway. I can get my kratom, for instance, at the local gas station, which I did. I did make a pickup tonight from that place.
Good.
I can
good.
get beer, for instance. That's still considered essential because it's inside my local Kroger. But I've been doing this for the last 2 weeks anyway, without much problem, and I will continue to do that.
Have you been able to get takeout Chinese, or have you tried?
No, I tried. Well, I did that a couple of weeks ago, but I've decided I'm not going to do that anymore. I mean, they're right at the epicenter of this thing, and I don't want to take any risks on that.
Well, I have tried twice here in Panama City Beach to get Chinese takeout, and these places are closed. And another lady who I know, this Chinese, she is not leaving her house. She will not answer the door for anybody. She says Americans do not know what's coming. They are not prepared.
So what is coming according to these Chinese restaurants in PCB?
I guess the seventh seal will be broken. I mean, Geraldo Rivera is relevant again. That's like the fifth seal, probably. Yeah. I guess we're going to see. I mean, like in New York, they're predicting, at least the governor's, I don't know how accurate it is, but he predicts up to 80% of the New York population will catch the virus. In fact, last night I was producing a live stream for another show, and one of the guests had just gotten over coronavirus, and she lives in New York City. Um, it's coming. It's
Wow.
spiking. It's going to run its course.
Yeah, I have been watching these daily press conferences. The governor of New York, his name is Andrew Cuomo. He gets a big, like, hour-long press conference every day, as does Donald Trump. And they're kind of battling out with each other in these
Hmm.
um, live forums.
Yeah, that's been interesting to watch. Though it gets a little old hearing these guys every day.
It does.
What could be coming are body bags. All right, we've heard the comparisons of we're gonna. It's just like another seasonal flu. You know, more people are gonna die from the flu. More people are gonna die in car accidents. We don't shut down the country for that, but this is where it's gonna be different. The hospitals, as we see in Italy, are beyond capacity. They cannot keep up with it. They have to decide who lives and who dies. Not everybody is going to get treatment. Even testing here in America, you can't get tested. It's very difficult. If you call up the hospital, they're going to say, don't come in. You can't go get help unless you are really, really sick. And that's already the way it is in a place like Panama City Beach, where there is not really any problem. We only have 2 or 3 reported cases.
Oh, that's good to hear. Yeah, and here in Metro Atlanta, it's not too bad considering that we're in about a 6 million population in Metro Atlanta. We've only had, I don't know, somewhere in the neighborhood of 40 to 50 deaths. So pretty decent so far. And, you don't want to take those deaths lightly, but, you know,
Hmm.
it's not really that much of a concern.
Right. The numbers there aren't staggering, but this could, and you were the first one to bring this up to me. The spike is we're going to see they can't handle that. Hospitals can't handle it that well. We need to spread that out, and so we're going to see bodies piling up. It's going to be crazy with all the bodies and the people that aren't going to be able to get care in a timely fashion.
Let's hope that doesn't happen, but it's definitely on the horizon and very possible.
Well, I don't want
And
to
I
be all
want to say
doom and
something really
gloom.
quick.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry to cut you off
No.
here. You see that I've got the head shave going on. I did that last weekend, and now I feel like I'm totally justified in that. As you saw on Facebook, I posted a picture of the Great Clips that I go to. It's closed right now.
Hmm.
So shaving my head was absolutely the right move to do a week ago, and I'm hoping I won't have to do it again. If I have to do it again, that means the economy's totally gone to shit. Um, so hopefully, the thinking was that I shave my head, and that'll give me the 2 or 3 weeks of social separation time. And then after that, I can go back to work, and I'm going to look totally normal. The hair will have grown back by then. But it was kind of discouraging to see my local Great Clips shutter today when I went over there. I was actually at a Mexican restaurant right next to it, and that's how I happened to see that place.
You again ahead of the curve. That's some forward thinking. A lot of people are just coming to the realization that, hey, I can't go get my hair cut, and we're going to start
Right.
seeing like a lot more shaved heads and people in the A-bomb midnight oil cult.
That's right.
Your new
You're going to see a lot
messiah.
more of this. And I've been talking to my mom every day, just about through this whole ordeal, and I haven't been seeing her because I don't want to take that chance of, if I do have the virus, passing it along to her. But she's getting freaked out about this too because she's dyed her hair this whole time. You know, like she's 72 years old. I have a feeling she's probably showing a lot of gray right now, and she's never done that before, and she's kind of freaking out. So I think this is kind of worse, this whole hair thing for women, you know, who have to get styled a certain way. We guys
Hmm.
can, you know, basically shave our heads like I did, or you know, maybe you can cut your hair with a flow bead. I don't know what's going on. Well, actually, and we'll go ahead and get this straight for the record. Bone Crusher's wife, producer Beth, is has been cutting your hair, all right, for the last few years, so you don't have to worry about this.
That's right. She just lowered my ears a couple days ago,
Okay.
a few days ago, and then she said you gotta go shave your neck. So I took care of that. But yeah, producer best. She gets better and better at cutting hair every time.
Okay, so what's here's a really sensitive question. What's she gonna do about her hair?
She actually cuts her hair all the time. Yeah,
Her own hair?
yeah.
Wow. I did see a couple of clips on YouTube about that. Guys trying to cut their own hair, and you like do this thing, and you know you cut above that or whatever. Uh, that looks really complicated. But if you can do that, you know, hats off to you.
If you keep practicing, yeah, you'd be okay. Man, the other day I got to go get some essentials at the Walmart, and the kids, parents are protecting their kids. They're not telling them what's going on, and the kids are just running amok, not practicing social distancing, wiping their hands on everything.
Ugh.
That's the modern parent. They want to shun their kid from everything scary. So yeah, leave the
So
kids at
yeah, man,
home.
yeah. When you go in a public place right now, like I'm looking over my shoulder. I don't want anybody coming near me, but I'm not feeling that from all the other people in there. Now, I did go in the Kroger today. It's interesting. Like about half the people had face masks on when I went in there.
Hmm.
And if you remember, actually, let's just talk about this for a second. If you recall, a couple of weeks ago, there was this big debate in the media about whether you should wear a mask or not. And what came out back then, and when I say back then, I mean like 3 weeks ago, was that a mask could actually increase your chances of catching this. Did you hear any of that?
No, no.
Oh, okay.
No.
Well, that was in the media. Now I think that was probably just a bunch of BS, to be honest with you. And I'm seeing a lot of people out in public with masks on now. And it kind of makes me wish I had one myself.
Yeah, you have to get those special masks. Producer Beth said you may, if you have like those real nice air filters for your air conditioning unit, those like the ones that Blade has.
Like the HIPAA, whatever, you know, allergy filters.
Yeah, the HIPAA Allergy 3000 Deluxe. If you got that, you can sew a mask and put that inside that, and but there's a little DIY. I haven't even looked for them. I haven't seen them. I haven't gone online to try to buy them. I think when it first started, producer Beth says, "Hey, they got some over there." I was like, I don't have any money for that right now."
Well, half the people in the Kroger today were wearing masks. The other half weren't.
Oh
I was
wow.
in that half that was not. I was trying to kind of like control my breath to where I wasn't taking deep breaths in there. I mean, it's just a crazy time right now.
That's creepy.
By the way, I wish I could see what you had posted on your screen. I guess that's kind of a challenge, possibly with what we're trying to do.
Actually, I can send you the screen. So if I go to Skype, just bear with us, viewers. I'm going to send a bomb via. It's called a virtual camera. You're going to see my OBS screen here, and all I got to do is turn on my camera. And there you go.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, I had to go and figure
That
out.
probably
Yeah.
eats into your bandwidth. You probably can't continue with that. Yeah, I see it's already really choppy.
Um, yeah, there's been some bandwidth issues this week with my ISP, and it's causing some problems. Yeah, I'll go ahead and turn that off. You don't really need to see it, but
Yeah, turn it off,
you
but yeah,
asked, and there
looking
you
good,
go.
good looking stream.
There you go. You see the graph.
587,958
Yeah,
total worldwide cases.
and it's spiking. And it's just exponentially reaching critical mass, and I don't see it stopping um, unless we lock it down. The experts like Bill Gates say it's going to get much worse.
I did see some of that. We might have to take some quote draconian measures to stabilize this
There
thing.
was a guy creeping around. See, now we're going to see more criminal activity. People are not getting working, not getting money. Criminals are taking advantage of the situation. There was a van outside my place. Two guys were creeping around at 1 a.m. and I saw some dudes, out there by our cars in our parking lot. And I turned on my light, went outside, and they hauled ass with the lights off on their van, sped away. And that was really creepy. It's like, well, geez, I got
Damn.
to lock my doors now. So, and that's just the beginning. And also, my next door neighbor. Here's a conspiracy theory, if you like those. He has an IT company, and he says that there was a huge spike in cyber viruses, crypto viruses, like those ransomwares, and they take it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they take advantage of people's remote connections. And in fact, he just had one happen to a company that contracted him to fix it, and it was like an $80,000 ransomware. But he says there has been a spike of that stuff, and it correlates with the beginning of the coronavirus. And he was he was wondering maybe they're connected somehow. I think it's just criminals take advantage of the situation, but he felt like there might be something there.
Well, that reminds me. Have you heard this? That in several municipalities around the United States, there are local jails releasing some of their prisoners in there, the ones that have done, the least kind of violent or unviolent crimes. But those guys are getting released back on the streets. I saw a thing about that tonight. It's going on in a lot of cities around the country where they're just releasing like the non-violent criminals because of the spread of the virus in the jail.
Hmm. Yeah, I heard about that. R. Kelly applied for that, but I don't think they're going to let him out. And as you know, Phone Boy was recently spent 30 days in the hole, and he told me some
Ooh.
interesting facts about life in prison. Yeah, you have to hold in your farts because you're sharing like bunk space. He says it's very disrespectful in prison, to fart like in that situation. I was like, I couldn't imagine
Wow.
trying to sleep holding
Wow.
that
Okay.
in.
I never considered that, but you know, I think that we should not, you know, be too concerned about, releasing those prisoners. I think they should just stay in there, but what do I know?
I guess they're trying to prevent an outbreak, but that's not going to help that much. Just a handful of them. But
No, it's not.
if they're all just like pot dealers, I'm okay with that. White
Yeah, it's
pot
nonviolent
dealers,
stuff. It's the
middle
least
class.
worrisome of the
You know,
criminals, but still, you know, like this is probably a good time to get a DUI.
well, if you do get a DUI, you can go to jail. Another thing you have to know about being in prison that Phone Boy was telling me is that when you take a bowel movement, when you take a crap, you're in the you have they put like a sheet up. So that's your only privacy. You're in the same room, and you can relate to that. You were in for a couple of days,
Absolutely, I can.
but you
Yeah,
have to
back
time
in
out the
Milledgeville,
flush.
1995, I did have to do a whole weekend in jail. You guys tried to come by. I think it was you and Phone Boy actually came by there and left some kind of note on my car. That was cool.
We try to bring you a cake with, a knife inside. Yeah, but when you're going to the bathroom in there, and I know you didn't go your whole time,
I did not.
Phoneboy says the etiquette is to perfectly time it out with the flush and the yes, producer Beth, the dropping. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I ate very little food that weekend. I did like nibble on a cookie they gave me, but I was doing my best not to have to do any kind of bathroom activity.
I mean, they start asking about that. Your cellmate's like, "Hey, dude, what, man? Like you're disrespecting them. What? We're not
No, I mean, I
good
did
enough
have
to
to
shit
take
in
a
front
piss a
of."
couple of. I took a couple of pisses in there, so that ended any kind of question that was going on. But there were no dumps taken.
uh, nice, nice. What else? What else? What else on the Bone Crusher show here?
So where's this video going to end up?
I guess I might put this on the Bone Crusher channel, or at least on Facebook, or maybe a couple of places. And I did tease last time I had my plan for getting us out of this jam, but I think, that was days ago. Everything has changed, and what I was saying we should do is what we're already
Right.
we just signed today is the hyped up unemployment. What we haven't done is lock it down yet. We're gonna have to lock it down, and I really think they should suspend mortgages and rents for a month and just lock it down and give those checks to people and give everyone be a peace of mind. They won't be out there killing and murdering. It won't be the purge. Society won't. We got to keep society from crumbling. We are on the fifth seal. Geraldo Rivera is
We're really
relevant.
close.
Yeah, so I can't remember what the sixth seal is, but we got our eyes open for that.
So Donald Trump wants us to have a beautiful Easter here in just a couple of weeks.
The mango Mussolini.
And he's not exactly the most like Christian guy in the world. He's not, in fact, at all like that. So he's talking about getting Easter, the economy cranked up back on Easter. That's not really what Easter's all about. It's not a big money grab.
Well, holidays are always good for the economy, so that's probably a good jumping point. Any holiday would be a good jumping point. Get everybody in a festive situation, and I don't know that really is a ridiculous thing to even bring up.
So what do you think about this idea that General Motors needs to start producing ventilators and masks and all that?
I have not researched that topic, but I understand that the Mango Mussolini has directed GM to start producing ventilators.
Right. And it's a great idea, but they can't just like get their production line and ready to do that right away. It takes probably some good time before they can redo all their machinery and all the automation so that instead of making cars, they're making those things.
Yeah, that does sound like a pretty big transition for a factory. You have to train. Yeah. That's the logistics of that do sound pretty difficult. All right.
I am thinking about going back to near the airport tomorrow and possibly doing a little spotting. So if that happens, we'll bring it to you right here on YouTube.
Yeah, subscribe to A-Bomb as well for some plane spotting. And we appreciate you coming on the show with us today. Get everyone updated on the situation.
And I got to say this, I'm really thankful that I have a kind of job right now that I can work from home and still get my job done. I'm not unemployed, but I am concerned. I mean, I'm really concerned. But for now, my job is still intact. In fact, I worked overtime this week I put in about 45 hours instead of the normal 40.
Wow. Wow, that head shave is making you more aerodynamic. You are just zipping through with a lot less drag and resistance. You are gaining some
I
momentum.
do.
That's good to hear.
So how's things? And by the way, we had a high of 87. We almost probably broke a record today.
What? Wow.
Yeah, 87 in Metro Atlanta today. What was the weather like down in PCB?
It was a hot one, about 82, pretty muggy, a little hot, but not 87. Weather and news on the 8s.
Yes, indeed. What
It's
else we got?
10 minutes before 9 and um, 50 minutes after 8. And it's coming up on 9:88.
And I did hear actually Jim Rome today had a big take today about how high fives and handshakes could be gone forever, and he's okay with that. If you remember his whole handshake guy deal, he doesn't. He's ready to give up handshakes, and I think there's a possibility that that might happen in our society after this.
Hmm. All right. I'm for that. I've been doing the fist pump for years, trying to avoid the handshakes. So that's a good move.
It
I
is.
I kind of wonder, like, if there's an alien society watching us, and they're like, something's going on. Everything is changing there. No one's moving. All these big shifts in population activity. I mean, what would the aliens be looking at us? I mean, and when we look at ourselves, maybe 10, 20, 30 years from now, what are we going to say we did wrong? What's all the stupid shit we've been doing, like shaking hands? Um,
And like Rome said, have you ever really gotten a pleasurable, or has there ever been a handshake that you've done that really means anything or was like a great experience for you? And he was like, no, I cannot think of a single
great
one.
experience.
It's time to give it up because it's just a nothing burger, basically.
Yeah, it's not I don't remember, unless it's my car dealer, I really don't remember it. My car dealer,
Right. Have you
yeah.
ever had a handshake where you're like, man, that was memorable and good, and I kind
Hmm.
of wish I could do that again? The answer is no.
Yeah. All I remember are the bone crushers and the limp fish. It's like I don't want to have to deal with that ever again.
Right. It's awkward. You run into some person like, let's say you go to some party and Beth's friend's husband in there is there and he wants to dominate you with a shake. It's never a good look.
Yeah, it's an alpha move, that big bone crusher coming out of the gates and catching someone off surprise and arm wrestling them down. You know, that is an alpha nightmare move. That guy is probably on those testosterone boosters, taking those power supplements, and has a big GNC account.
And that does remind me, what happened to that guy that lives like a couple doors down from you that is the bone crusher? Because he did crush my metacarpals in that
That
one time that I met him a couple of years ago.
yeah. Fad, yeah. I was just talking to him about my neighbor when I was giving him a loner nug, and he said that Thad got so drunk that he walked into the wrong home. He walked in, this girl that just moved in. She's really young. She's got a big ass dog, but he just walked into her place and scared the shit out of her. That's what he's up to.
Well, hey,
Winning.
I kind of get that. I've kind of been there, done that. Not quite that bad, but I can understand where he's coming from. And he looks a lot like Greg Allman, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, I didn't know that story.
I'm talking about that Bone Crusher guy. Doesn't he look a little bit? Doesn't he kind of have the Greg Allman kind of ponytail look with the beard?
I kind of envisioned the Bone Crusher guy as like working part time at GNC probably.
Yeah, I mean, he's in great shape. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, it could be. There's a lot of people that can fill that role. Any kind of alpha nightmare, even a sloppy middle-aged business guy, someone that's in a power position. So it's either GNC guy or it's going to be, middle-aged, middle executive kind of. He's not high enough up to be a nice guy.
Huh.
You know, the Bone Crusher. So I always try to give a medium handshake. And I'll be glad for that to end. But I think I don't know, it might come back as such a habit for so many people.
Well then, so what is going on this weekend for you guys down in PCB?
I might go to the Winn-Dixie. The beaches are closed. I can't walk to the beach.
Damn.
Yeah. Uh, they just have to keep people away. Otherwise, people would be there'd be people from out of town coming in. I think there's checkpoints on the state line now. Like, what the fuck you doing in Florida? A lot of people from New York came down here, took flights down here. So they're spreading it down here, but there's not much testing going on.
Hmm.
I don't have Netflix. Do you have Netflix? You don't have Netflix, do you?
Not anymore. I used to have my mom's password on that, but then she canceled her account. And so it was never really worth a damn anyway. I don't care about those like hot new shows like whatever it is, Breaking Bad, which is really old, but or what is it?
Okay,
Game of Thrones. I don't give a damn about any of that stuff.
I know why your mom probably quit that, because there's the clause in the Netflix contract that says that you have to post on Facebook whatever bullshit you're watching on Netflix.
Really? Like, Adrian Bird is watching Game of Thrones.
I'm watching a guy with a mullet that looks like 38 Special hugging a tiger. Watch this bullshit.
Yes, right. That's the newest one. The tiger thing. Yeah, and everybody's going crazy about that. Yeah, I've just never been that guy that's into the latest hot TV show. I don't give a damn. And this goes way back.
But he's got a mullet. He looks like 38 Special.
Right. So is it like the what are those guys? Is it like the Siegfried and Roy story? Is that what they're doing?
No, I don't know what it's really about, but no, that's not it. No, there's some
Oh, okay.
sort
That
of
was my assumption. I thought it was like, some kind of documentary.
yeah. The whole country is blowing up over that documentary. Yeah,
That's what I thought, man. That's how little of a shit I give about that whole thing.
Uh, uh, was this like they're turning Dateline into a movie? That pesky DNA.
But a lot of people are on it. So that reminds me, with all that, what is Chris Davies up to?
I haven't talked to him in 2 or 3 weeks. He was getting his little alcohol monitor taken off. He had to go to these classes at the hospital at 6 in the morning to fulfill court obligations and shit.
Oh, wow.
So he was trying to get out of that. He says he's running out of cash. He has spent a lot on his lawyer. His living girlfriend's got a Snap account now, so I don't know what he's doing. But
Well, hopefully the coronavirus has not hit Warner Robins too bad.
he does have one of those things in his truck that you have to blow into your steering wheel things to make sure you're not on alcohol.
To start your car?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, that's a great way to go out on a date.
so real quick, speaking of Warner Robins, did you see that video that I posted on Middle Georgia Buzz the other day? It was a video about Warner Robins, this country video.
Oh, I must have missed that.
Okay, you're gonna
Oh.
need to go back and watch that. It's this country video all about Warner Robins, and it has all the landmarks. It's got Watson Boulevard. It's got the base. I mean, Yeah, I don't know how you missed it. I think you're the moderator of that, right?
In 1906, a train
So yeah,
rolled
go
in.
back and look at
Yeah.
that. The international city uh, has never been more relevant.
Let's see. Famous people from the international city. The band Stillwater from Warner Robins, Georgia.
Yes.
They call me the Mind Bender. I think, and that's it. That's it. There's no other. And there's a couple of football players that came out of Warner Robins. Miss America? Yeah, Miss America. I can't remember which one was out of Warner Robins. And
And they're also getting that huge truck
I
stop.
was gonna say that. Yeah.
Yeah, like everybody's buzzing about that. I forget what it's called, like the Beaver truck stop or something. It's like 50,000 square feet and it's got everything.
You can shower there. I understand. I mean, I want to go to a gas station you can take a shower in, and I bet their hot dog island is excellent. I've been to the Love truck stops. These
Yeah,
are
me too.
it's probably kind of similar, and their hot dog island condiment selection. They've got chopped up, practically fresh stuff you can top your dogs with.
Yeah, this place is like Love's on steroids,
Yeah,
though.
nice. You could probably live there for a few days if you wanted to. Yeah, if you had a truck and you just needed a place, they probably have no overnight parking for semis, but maybe they do.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely they do. Yeah.
that's probably a premium. Yeah, shout out to the truck and Bozo keeping the chain supply moving.
Oh, yeah, man, we can't have those guys. I saw some kind of headline on the Drudge Report about, food service people are starting to get sick now and they don't want to
Oh,
move the product and all that.
damn! I'm gonna get my SNAP benefits on the 5th, and I'm gonna spend it all and load up on food before it's all tainted.
God, it's crazy, man.
I mean, this $1,200 check that's coming, that is, and I mean, the deficit is already redonk. I mean,
Right,
where is this
right.
money
$2
coming
million
from?
dollars added to that. I know. It's
There,
like, how does that work? I know.
one
It's crazy.
quadrillion, bazillion, whatever.
All right, then. Well, listen, it's been a pleasure being on the Bone Crusher Show on a Friday night. Weather's great. It's in the 80s today. High was 87. Right now, let's see. Right now, the temperature in Duluth, Georgia, is 73 degrees, and so I'll look forward to more of this, and hopefully, you post this on YouTube or wherever it is, and we'll see what it looks like.
And we'll get 12 views. It'll be spectacular. I have 587,000 plus confirmed cases, and we are spiking. We're spiking high. We'll have an update again for you probably in a day or two, this weekend probably. And I want to thank A-Bomb for joining us on the Bone Crusher Show.
All right, out.